How's it going, everyone? Should be live on YouTube and Twitch now. Mac, Warpcore, how's it going? Yeah. Am I? Oh, I'm not actually capturing my desktop. It's doing the animated background. It would help if I had it go to display capture, wouldn't it? There we go. Yep, there is what they're calling a new mini episode. Nice background. Yeah, that the animated backgrounds you can do with Wallpaper Engine are really nice. That program is well worth the $5 or so it cost over on Steam. Yeah, Cookie. There is indeed a new episode. It is a mini episode, and I'm hearing it just takes a couple minutes to play through. I still play the game, yeah. Yeah, big update today. Let me remember to put my phone on Do Not Disturb this time. Get to the choppa, how's it going? You really decided to go live while you're watching the yeah, I know the 5060 is just such a great GPU. Birdie, thank you for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Well, you've got the mini episode. There's the Infinity Lockbox update with the Vermilion. And then there's the Endeavor update. I mean, clearly the patch was 3 gigs. There's clearly been some other stuff had to have like snuck in or something. Like that patch is too large for what this is. Dustin, Dan, thank you for the 2 British pounds. Yeah, I'm on Twitch. Yeah, console will get this a bit out. Yeah, so I have my first Endeavor perk point that I can use here past 750. So let's see, what do I have here as options? Temporal, Captain, and Tack Recharge. I'm going to go for the Captain ability. Captain ability recharge is something I will certainly focus on. I don't really care about the ground ones. The weapon damage ones and the armor pen are really the big ones from this update, and of course the captain ability recharge is fine too, though we have a ton of that already. Now Spencer will be doing endeavors. Yeah, so there's also a new season event that has started. There is a new space set that has been added to the game. The buyout for it is $60, and honestly, guys, I'm not buying it out. I will play the event out. I just don't. I don't think this is worth me spending $60 worth of a Zen to try and get early. So this is the Kita's boon set. There is a 2-piece here that causes your drain abilities to heal your starship's hull. So for drain players, that's going to be really appealing to you. And yeah, let me get that added to the funding goal. Thank you again, Dan. And the T1 sub over on Twitch, thank you. Yeah, I don't think that's worth 2,000 or 6,000 Zen. But the 2-piece, that's going to be interesting for drain builds. The 3-piece, this is a point blank area of effect subsystem power drain that does anti-proton damage as well and has a delayed explosion. Deals anti-proton damage and drains nearby enemy subsystem levels over 10 seconds. After the drain expires, releases excess energy in an explosion, dealing damage and repelling nearby enemies. Yeah, it's not worth. Absolutely not worth 6,000 Zen to buy out. You really think there's an issue with the blog? I mean, there probably is. There almost always is. So there's a console here, Kid as Promise, and I'm going to get pictures of this. I know there's already some posted on Discord, but let me get a picture here of this tooltip to zoom in for you guys. So let me get all three of the pieces here real quick. Okay. Let's drag all these over onto the main screen here as I then proceed to accidentally click my stow window. For anyone wondering where the animated background is from, that is the wallpaper engine software that you can pick up over on Steam. Okay, so there's a beam array. Thankfully, it's not an omni beam. Oh, did I hear the Triangles Armada strike was incoming? Dan, thank you for all the bits. Oh boy. There be a few bits there. Bacon Fat, not a fan of the Endeavor changes and the lack of endgame content, to be honest. Makes it really hard to want to grind it all out. Yeah. Yeah. And especially at the server performance, it just, yeah. So negative, Steven. I realize I am blocking the one over at the right, so let me shuffle these around. There we go. Okay, so there's an anti-proton beam array. Again, it's not an Omni, so that's not going to mess with your Omni restrictions. It has no weapon power cost to fire, so that is interesting to see. We have beams like that already in the game, such as the Romulan Reputation set beam array, so good to see more weapons going with that approach. And it has a 10% proc on it, which is plus 10 all subsystems power for 10 seconds. The 10% proc, that's going to go off a bit more often than most weapon procs, so the question is, will this, just being the only beam of this type that you can have on a ship, is that going to be enough to have high uptime on that proc? Shouldn't the red alert still be running for a few hours? I don't know, extra old. On the other hand, yeah, Steven, that Gigabyte motherboard was always rock solid. Oz, I think it doesn't necessarily even need to have been them engaging, just explicitly with creators, but I think it would have benefited them to have engaged with the community to some extent with regards to the Endeavor update, because they really blew an opportunity to add in some really useful perks. They've wasted an opportunity that they're likely not going to have. It's going to be years until they have the next opportunity to do an Endeavor update like this, I imagine. I think I just figured out the adaptable ship from the end of the mini episode. I think at this point, yeah, the adaptable ship from what I'm hearing is something people have started to figure out. Yeah. Do I think Deca will learn from this? I just think that it would benefit them to engage more with the community. Waldo, how's it going? What is the set bonus? The set bonus is the 2-piece causes your drain abilities to heal you, and the 3-piece, they actually have a picture of it on the blog. Let me pull that up here. The 3-piece is Devil's Kiss, so it's going to drain your foe. It'll do some anti-proton damage to them. It'll increase your current subsystems by 3 every second. After 10 seconds, it releases excess energy in an explosive manner, dealing anti-proton damage and knocking back nearby enemies. And yeah, the 2-piece again causes drain abilities to heal your starship's hull. Waldo, it seems so. At this point, the triple test server's effectively been abandoned, Michael. At this point, it would not surprise me if they just announced that they were shutting Triple down. Because, right now, that's essentially where we're at. Yeah, that's the 3-piece. Now, for the torpedo here, it's transphasic, so transphasic torpedoes have never really been that great. And this has a 20% chance to gain torpedo, transport warhead 3 on hit. And if that happens, the next torpedo gains 100% shield pen, 20% chance to knock a random subsystem offline. The standard effects of transport warhead. So it's basically, this torpedo is just a transphasic torpedo that has a proc built into it to cause the next torpedo to be a transport warhead. Dan, again, thank you for all the bits. Yeah, the beam ray being anti-proton is nice. And then for the console, this is the most interesting part of the set. You've got a 50.5% Cat 1 anti-proton damage buff, plus 5 current and max all subsystem power, plus 76% power transfer rate, and then a minus 15% weapon power cost. That's a good set of buffs right there. And especially if you're not doing an uncon setup, then like that's legitimately a very good console. Yeah, how long is the recharge on that torpedo? Oof. A little bit longer, 10 seconds. And the thing that sucks about transphasic torpedoes is they've got that longer recharge, and then they don't have the damage to really, justify it. Their perk is the innate shield pen that they have. Yeah. Seems built just for you, a non-uncon user. Perfect. So from what I'm hearing, the mini episode is just a few minutes to go through, but I want to try the new TFO out. So there is a new TFO that was added with the update today. This is Devil's Heart. Fun fact, this TFO leaked several months ago. I was able to get in and get some demo record footage before they took it out, but it was, at the time, it was very, very far from being finished. Yeah, there is a brand new event. Yep. I don't know if this is like a full season though. I Hold on, let's see. Oh, this TFO is gonna suck to pug. You gotta split up for it. Well, when I went into it before, it wasn't complete. Like none of the dialogue was really there. These pieces were all like floating squares that were like blue, red, yellow. So we just gotta split up here. Regain control of the 3 security fields, lowering them. Only 3 individuals can access a compromised area at a time. There we go. Pretty fast for ground TFO. There's also the new story mission, which they're calling a mini episode, and it apparently is pretty fast. I don't even know what my ground build is, to be honest, right now. Chris, thank you for the bits. Much appreciated. Dan, I mean, I don't foresee it changing. I need this loot, you know? Look at all this ground stuff I'm not using, like ball lightning. Max, how's it going? I guess I could have just... Oh. Gotta watch out for that. Vic, how's it going? Yeah, there's a key sale going on right now. Just started. Grumpy, thank you for the 10. Oh, no. Gotta secure this. Oh. Yeah, I'm a pro ground player here. I've got Agony, Field Gen, and Ball Lightning. Yeah, you remember that, Gibbs, yeah. Yeah, this was accidentally released a long time ago. Dan, thank you for the 2 pounds. I'm really casual when it comes to ground, so yep, new ground TFO. Yeah, Singo, exactly. Singo. Um, yeah, the update is not currently for console. This is PC only right now. It'll be on console, you know, couple weeks, month from now. Actually, it might be a little bit longer. Yeah, it might be a little bit longer. Yeah, the ship blog said end of July, so may legitimately end up being a bit of time. You have to interact this. Yeah. I mean, there's certainly points where it feels like that'd be beneficial for them to make sure things are a bit more polished. See, what ground weapon do I want to play with here? Is it? That's cool animation. Curious about the next event ship? I think it's going to be interesting. Herald Beam Projector OP? Yeah, I gotta use all the great ground weapons. Would I recommend the Dalkina? Yes, absolutely. Uh, I I haven't seen anything like that. Your go-to for ground is just spamming pets. Oof, grumpy. I mean, you pretty much run immerse powered engines on everything, and I mean that's enough. Okay, that's it. So I mean that wasn't that bad. I didn't really track the time there, but that's the first day of this done. So is there no game sound? Did you guys not have any game sound for that entire thing? Oh, the whole time. My bad. My bad. I see what it is. I had desktop audio turned off. I was on new ROM recently doing a recording, and I think it was these NPCs walking around. Their footsteps were bugging me. Okay, what are we at here for this? Let me get the updated number. It's like around. Did I miss anything in Twitch? I know there's been a bit more bits. Okay. Yeah, the Delkina is one of the best ships in the game. There's a reason I've consistently recommended it. Watts, how's it going? Yeah, it was. I just didn't have the setting right. It's a good ship. Maneuverability shouldn't really be much of an issue with the Delkina. It handles quite well. Still no audio from the game. I think that might just be because of how quiet the game is. Like, right where I'm at right this very second. Nothing. Tell the NPC to walk quietly. Let me just boost the game sound up. I normally play still with no game sound, so my settings are often a bit messed up. I wish we had a Thaler mine kit module for ground. Oh no. I guess the doors are the loudest thing, aren't they? Nothing absolutely silent still. No sound. That would be it. Okay. I think it'll be there now. Yeah, the that audio line got cut out of the stream mix. Let's see. How's the Permillion doing if I look under the correct category? The beautiful sound of sliding doors. Yes, absolutely. And again, thank you for the £2. I appreciate it. Thanks to rain, you get to come home early. Yeah, it was pouring quite a bit here. There's a few pack lids on the market, some Lamar. Yeah. Permillions, I don't know what sort of demand there's going to be for the Permillion. I do need to liquidate some assets though in the next month or so. I'm gonna have to sell some ships. It's there but delayed. So there is now sound, it's just delayed. Does this new event count towards the event campaign? No. No, it does not, Cave. It is a seasonal event, meaning that it has a different buyout structure, different usually these content release events have like a ship or like a set reward associated to them. They're not part of the event campaign. I like how the thing is advertising 2 different Infinity Lockbox ships. I don't think I've seen it do that before. Maybe I'm just forgetting. Is Nick going to want the console? At this point, Nick doesn't really care. Yeah, let's do the story mission. This character has not done the prior missions in that arc, but let's see what this is like.
This is Captain Neff Parr of the Zantevi Coalition. I am reaching out to the Titimer Alliance to request your assistance. My crew and I have detected Zantevi rebel activity in the 13 SETI system and suspect a nefarious plan is underway. Upon tracking this activity, my vessel, the Steadfast, detected the presence of a highly concentrated protomatter signature. Given this is the path of atonement.
I'm not going to wait for all the dialogue to go through because everyone here is going to be playing this multiple times over the next few weeks. Okay, Spence, honest question. My Romulan is flying around in an engineering raptor using plasma dual heavy cannons. If it were you, would you get the Dalkina or the Gorn ship for plasma fires? I mean, get the Gorn Hunter, and in the meantime, you can use like the Fleet Norway. Good luck, Johnny. You got a net J? Nice. Here we go. I have like no music audio on for the game, and a lot of the audio turned off, so this is probably going to sound a bit different for you. There's no sound because I have ambient noise turned off and music.
I am Captain Nethpar of the CSS Fast.
So
It's good.
a couple years ago, I was flying around in sector space, and I got a copyright claim on a video for the background sound of sector space.
The list of genocides goes on.
Scans indicate slight elevations in cosmic neutrinos and small-scale quantum
Nah, it was just some
fluctuations.
weird audio match.
Sensors reveal residual protomatters at space markers. Our thieves are likely nearby.
I'm detecting a biogenetic energy signature located within a nearby gravitic distortion.
That must be the protomatter. It pains me to think I was once allied with these war-mongering fools. Passive sensor array.
Nice.
A Zenkethi satellite has decloaked in the distance. Approach with caution.
My cannon scatterball just misfires. I've muted my game audio on my end. You guys should still be able to hear it. But right away in a story mission, I get cannon scatterball misfiring.
We need to scan the satellite to identify what type of Zenkethi technology we're up against. A weapons rifle! The satellite is on!
Game audio is too loud now. I'll fix the...
A cloaked Zenkethi space station. As far as I'm aware, that's unheard of.
Is that better?
We'll need to deactivate these satellites to get to the space station. We have to engage by the decloaking Zenkethi fleet. Battle stations. Satellite Alpha has been deactivated.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as soon as I finish this. While I have this dot on me, I cannot do the or interact with the satellite here.
Good work. Satellite Gamma
It
has
seems to be just a normal beam.
How did you acquire the protomatter, Braun? The protomatter has been ejected. Recommend scanning before pickup. It could be a trap.
Yeah, I know that there's a legendary sale on console. I'll be doing a news video here in a little bit. I think this is going to be a shorter stream here today. Just because, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to buy out the new set. I just don't think it's
This protomatter.
worth buying out.
The protomatter.
I, for one, there.
Yeah, I'm doing the story mission right now. I've done the TFO.
A Borg
Oh
cube.
boy.
It's
The Borg.
locked onto the protomatter
Where's your house
device.
gone?
We cannot allow them to leave with the protomatter.
Weapon systems malfunction. We're unable to remodulate our weapons to bypass the cube's shield.
Okay. Tractor beam, protomatter. Where is it? Oh. I need to get closer to it so I can actually do that. Yeah, I'm hearing that there's some issues with the Endeavors. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in this story mission for the moment. I got a tractor beam, the protomatter. You just gotta get close and interact with it. Yeah, blew up.
Shields are incurring significant damage.
I gotta survive the Borg attack for
Captain Paul,
the
our
next
tractor beams are giving
40
in. We
seconds
can't
without
hold on
being
for
able
much
to
longer.
fire my weapons or do anything. There we go.
It's useless. The Borg cube has adapted. Too risky. Scans show thousands of cybernetic life forms aboard, including true and Tellarite.
The Borg cube is immune.
Absolutely not. This protomatter is Tellarite.
This Borg cube would have died in about 10 to 15 seconds if I could shoot it.
All right. A targeting Higgs boson pulse should trigger the protomatter reaction. We need to get closer to the Borg cube.
Very closer to the protomatter again. $8:30 for the TFO to complete. Yeah, get to the chopper, get in there and pick that up right away.
It's being terraformed.
I'm gonna skip the cutscene just for
Already on it. And to you.
I will notify Alliance Commando.
the moment because I'm in a rush to take a look at this Endeavor stuff. We're gonna be playing this multiple times over the next couple of weeks, and not having my audio set up correctly is a bit rough for listening to cutscenes and stuff like that. Yeah, the premium's not worth it. Just get the standard edition. The standard edition is all you need. So there's a perk point on each of my characters. Is that what I'm seeing? Hold on. Okay, game capture. Is Mini bigger than Patrol? Yeah, it's just slightly bigger. I'm gonna grab random characters and see. I wonder. So just speculation as to what's going on here. We did endeavors on these characters, once we were at the cap, and we probably gained a point and then had it taken away. And for whatever reason, there's still a point bank there. Yeah, it looks like some of the characters are being tracked. Yeah. So if you've played actively on a bunch of characters and done endeavors on several different characters, then it looks like you may have some additional endeavor perk points here to use. And most of my characters don't have a perk point. Yeah, the reward store is part of the update. I went over that in the video I released last night. Axel, how's it going? Looks like residual points like stacking up. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like I'm not that lucky. I didn't do endeavors on that many different characters. I mean, get to the choppa. If you want to spend an extra $100 for an Epic Phoenix token, that's your decision. But I mean, at that point, I would rather get the standard and then open $100 worth of Phoenix packs. Get those upgrades. And you should get you would hope you'd get an Epic token out of $100 worth of those boxes. It's not guaranteed, but you'd hope. I need to find. You guys mentioned KDF recruits, so I've got 2 of them. Let me check both of them because I did endeavors on both. The console certainly looks interesting. The beam potentially, could be nice for an AP build as well. Yep, here's another with a perk point to spend, and this is giving 2% per, not 1. I thought the armor pen was just 1% per. And if that's actually 2% per, then that's actually really quite substantial. Yeah, the space set, I don't think the 2 or 3 piece are going to have much impact for me personally, but I think for those doing drain setups, it'll be a bit interesting. Nothing on my main KDF recruit. That's surprising. They nerfed green tunneling and then they give you 50% in the endeavors. Yeah. But it takes, years to get the endeavors version done. It's just a random 157 million. I'll take it. Kyle, I'd recommend you check out the video I released last night because that entire topic is discussed in there. That's never going to happen. Sean, Otis, how's it going? The wiki, yeah, the wiki's been down for maintenance. Sorry, I have a ton of messages rolling in and just trying to keep up with everything. Yeah, I'm not that lucky, it looks like, with these endeavors, and that's probably because I've done most of them on just a handful of characters. I would imagine SOB here is going to have another point that I can use. All right, Chimagos, how's it going? Yep, I'll be covering that in a news video later today. I am aware of the legendary sale over on console. Damn, guys, we're getting Endeavor XP 17 times faster than intended. Oh no, that's a throwback right there. Best expansion ever. Oh no. Get to the choppa. Thank you for rounding that up. I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. Ranger got the visual update on PC. The Mastiffs are back on console DS9. As the World Razor issue is supposed to be addressed this week on console. Yeah, okay. The overall earn rates still appear to be correct. Borticus, thank you for the messages there. I was just getting it right up to send over to y'all. Looks like, yeah, okay. Yeah, so basically it looks like for, characters that endeavors were done on while I was at the cap, like if they'd earned some XP, but they still have a point here that I can go in and use, but looks like I'm not as lucky as some other people. What was it you guys said? Someone was at 770? Lucky. I haven't done endeavors on that many characters. At 757. I'm gonna look around. Borticus, the armor pen, is that meant to be 2%? I thought the blog said 1, but in the window here it's showing 2% per. So up to 50% armor pen. Is that right, or is that just a typo? Okay, thank you. I was hoping that character would have had one to use, because I know I've done endeavors on that one. I gotta think, what other characters have I actually played on? Trekmaster, thank you for the follow. It looks like a normal beam rate. It doesn't say Omni in the tooltip, and when I look here, it doesn't say anything about the arc in this tooltip, but it doesn't say Omni. You need triple sorted as your board. Oh, it says Omni in the description. Did I miss that? Okay, let me go back over to casual. How long would it take to get from Endeavor 77 to 1,250? About 5 years. Oh, is it in this description down here? Yep, it is omnidirectional. Okay, I missed that. Yeah, so that competes with the POV and Omni. I completely missed that before because I was looking at just the tooltip. Yeah. Yeah, just some residual XP. Okay. Yeah, so like this Omni's going to be competing against the Pavan Omni, and that's not a good position to be in. Well, it says, yeah. Well, we'll find out when this set's unlocked. Can I get a senior discount on the Endeavor system? 5 years seems like a long way off. Oh no. Breen shield tunneling, no, it was nerfed down to, or balanced down to 15%. Is there a point doing Delta recruitment? What's the reward? The wiki has a full list, though the wiki is currently down, but yeah, there's quite a few rewards from the Delta recruit. Yeah, I'm gonna check the rest of my alts and just see what's going on. The new mini episode is basically like a space patrol. Honestly, that's gonna be the best way to go for this event, is just roll through that. America, how's it going? STO's already getting all my bingo money. Now they're giving me unreachable goals. Oh no. Is there a point to not do recruits now? You should take advantage of all the recruit characters. Not really. Yeah, I'm gonna go through, check all the characters on my account. There's a lot of them. It'll take some time. You legally qualify to play bingo, and you don't even have bingo money. So, the nice thing about this event is you can basically do all of the work this weekend. And I want to explain that here real quick, because I'm going to talk about this in a news video later today. Or just like a breakdown of this update. I think that'd probably give a bit more traction. But you can complete the story mission and then not turn it in. You know, just go through a bunch of characters. I mean, it's not really a secret. You basically you play the mission, you bank it, you do the turn in the next day when the 20 hours is up, then you have your next daily done. You still have to log in to do it. You're getting the playtime in. It's just you can, you know, go do the new story mission on 20 characters, don't turn it in, and then go through, you know, day by day and get the progress for the event. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Because I can at least go through and, you know, get that done on half a dozen characters today. It takes less than, what, 7-8 minutes to do that little mini episode. So, you can go through, do that. The Jam Fox, there's there was some residual XP on some of my alternate characters, and I was able to get a few extra points. Yours turn in automatically? Mine, I have to hail the contact to complete it. You might, I don't know if there's a setting for that. You basically just don't go through the final dialogue box. When it says leave the map, you leave the map, and then you don't do the hail to get the reward. I mean, I don't do much story at all nowadays, Sean, but yeah. Yeah, Maricat, yeah, exactly. Especially on normal difficulty, that won't be an issue. It is very much a loophole. I mean, you still have to log in, you know, to go in, do the dialogue to complete the mission each day, but I think that's what I'll do. You got 757? Yeah, and you still have to play it, exactly. It's not like you're skipping it, it's just instead of, you know, doing 7-8 minutes each day. You just do it all in one day. I'm just checking all my other characters just to see if there's any other residual XP lying around. You did the episode and didn't get credit. Did you complete the... Did you do the hail at the end to turn the mission in? Oh, the TFO? I did the TFO, and that's how I got my first bit of progression. I feel a bit out of it today. I got 3 hours of sleep. I just could not fall asleep last night. Feel like I need a couple pots of coffee right now. Sometimes leaving before picking up your marks bugs it out. Yeah, that's a good point. Any bugs fixed? Yeah, there was in the patch notes. Wasn't it the legendary Akira? The story mission has a device that's like a... I've seen people say is like a red matter capacitor. I just log out of a character without looking at the Endeavor window. Bot mode engaged. Yeah. 1 gigaliter of coffee sounds good. Yeah, it shares cooldown with other devices. Your free-to-play alt has a lot of anti-proton stuff. Is the event reward worth doing on there? Absolutely. It's an easy event to do with the space mission that they have. Too many tunes becomes hard to handle eventually when the shine wears off the game. Yes. That's why, like, I've got, what is it, like 61 characters, whatever the cap is. But, you know, the vast majority, like upwards of 50 of those, are just characters that have, since their inception, been purely focused on just basically being used for storage. They don't have builds on them. They're used for storing stuff in the inventory, the bank. Like they legitimately don't have a build on them. Or bridge officers, they've never seen combat outside of the tutorial. Gusty, I don't think so. I mentioned it in the video I did last night, which was done while I was much more awake, it feels like. But I do think one thing that would very much help with the situation is with them widening the amount of perks. If there was more than 3 perks that you could choose from whenever you have a perk point, you know, like a 4th or 5th option, I think that would be helpful just to give people a better shot at getting perks that they're going to care about. Perks that they're going to feel satisfied with. Bridger, of course you bought that out. Bridger, can you see if that can be slotted alongside the Pavin Omni? Yeah. I should have done reputations on, all these characters. I just never felt motivated enough to do that. The lag. So for those just tuning in, the reason I'm going through my characters here is because there's been some characters that have residual XP where they have another perk point ready for me to use. So I'm just trying to see if I have any others. I've managed to find 4 so far. So I just want to see if I have any other perk points here ready to go and take advantage of. How would I order the new perks in terms of usefulness? The armor pen is up there. The weapon damage, of course. And then the captain ability recharge. Sorry, I'm just checking a message here. But then for the other ones like the shield regen and the bridge officer cooldown reduction, that just really isn't that useful. I mean, it's not bad. It just doesn't really change things. I mean, Dan, the DPS scene's pretty dead right now. Sorry, I've got real life messages rolling in. I'm gonna have to cut the stream short here in the next 10 or so minutes. The device reward, it's like a red matter capacitor that's got a radiation dot on it. I haven't tested how the radiation dot is, but it's limited uptime, so it's not going to be... $4 million ISC run. The current record's just about 6 mil. Yeah, the server right now is chugging along, me loading into all these characters. That's probably not helping. Yeah, none of my characters are lucky here. None of them, got Endeavor perk points lying around. Yeah, Weasel indeed. 50% cat one on that console alongside the other buffs. That's pretty nice. I think at this point, there probably isn't any other Endeavor points, hidden on those characters. I'll check the rest later on. But I want to get my actual Endeavor task knocked out quick, and then I'm going to cut things off because I need to go deal with IRL and just apparently start up another pot of coffee because I just feel dead inside right now. The servers are stuck in potato mode. Yep. Destroy destructible torpedoes. Okay. Let's do private crystalline catastrophe. Here we go. Mac, that's nice. I mean, say Mud's bundle sale. Eric, see you around. Dan, thank you for the £2. I appreciate it. Today is one of those days where I just feel like I legitimately should have just slept for another 10 hours. Mac got a response from the Stowe Twitter account asking what sales he wants to see, and I was saying he needs to mention a Muds bundle sale. That's what we all. That's what we want to see, is a Muds bundle sale. So this window here, you know, with them putting so many new perks in, I really think giving a fourth or fifth option on this window here would be honestly pretty beneficial. Also, that shield regen, that's higher than was mentioned in the blog as well. The space regen is showing 4%. I mean, honestly, that would make it more impactful if it was actually 4% per stack, but let me take a look here. Nice, nice. So the paladin and ranger changes that we saw leak out onto console recently have now made their way to the live server. That's good to see. I still am fully convinced that we're getting a new version of that chip. Okay. Dan, thank you for the bits. Stargate. Yeah, this percentage seems to be off here too. Yeah. I don't want to do Terran Empire. Voth ships, no. Perk attendants, no. Borg, ground, Undine. Give me something else. Destroy dreadnoughts. The crystalline entity counts as that, right? Let's get back over there. Endeavor. Thank you for the raid. You are catching me just as I am about to end the stream on my side. How's it going? Thank you for the raid. Fundis, how's it going? Yeah, I saw. Hello? Yep, I just saw it on Blue Sky. I unfortunately need to wrap the stream up here pretty much as soon as I finish this TFO, but I'm gonna cover that more in a news video after I've had like a pot or two of coffee, because I just feel a bit tired. Why do I always run into the crystal? Because I want to. Yeah. Does it do extra damage if I ram into the crystalline entity? No. I gotta get used to doing endeavors again. Terrible. Yeah, I did the TFO and mission earlier. The mission I sped through, because that I was just learning about the endeavor stuff at the time, so I like skipped the cutscenes, and I don't have my audio set up right for like doing missions right now. I don't have any ambient or like most of the noises are turned off, so I need to go through the audio settings and get that all set back to normal so I can do a proper playthrough. Yeah. Okay, let me see who to go and raid now on Twitch. Again, I need to bail out and deal with some IRL stuff here for a little bit. And like I said, get a pot of coffee. Okay, Dark Mom is live. I'm going to raid Dark Mom. Thank you all for tuning in. So let me get that started here. Sorry to be ending things so soon, but need to go deal with the real life. How to disable excessive effect noises. That would be right in your settings. Sorry for the short stream. I will see you guys around.